get into it. I'm going to start with the Vortex and the Vortaliany. 3, 2, 1, go.
Once again, Jack.
I do have full splits, but the sub-splits are not going to be visible. They're mostly so I can, like, track golds in case I do have a good split.
Okay, rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful.
Yo, thanks for the gift sub. And Dr. Anson is a good recipient. I appreciate it. Thanks for the good luck. Good start as I do the input for the all levels cheat code wrong. I have, like, estimates for what it would take for me to get a 14-hour time. I'm sort of running against an estimate for what that would require. It's not guaranteed. I would very much hope that that's what I get. Yeah, we're off. I'm definitely nervous. Vortex is a category, the way I play it, that isn't really gonna go too right or too wrong. I don't really go for any tricks, so it's basically just a warm-up. But yeah, Vortex is Spyro 1 category. The goal is to go through every end-of-level Vortex in the game except for Nasty's loot. We use the all cheats code, which makes it very different from any percent. And thank you game, we do have to beat the final boss, Nasty Norg. Interesting. I feel like my flame is just a tiny bit shorter than I think it is. So I've had now 3 times in this level where I have just missed a flame. Yeah, this category is pretty short. It's one of the shortest on the list. So it's a very nice warm-up. Movement was a little awkward, but we are through. So you can do the levels in any order you want, the worlds specifically in any order you want. I'm going to do Dreamweavers, since they are some of the harder levels. Since the flight levels don't have a vortex, we can safely ignore them. Yeah, thanks to the good luck. I mean, that's less than ideal, but I can manage. Hi. Because this lasts long enough to go here, so it doesn't lose that much time. Alright, I'll be taking a death to warp back to the start of Dreamweavers here. Yo, Trace, thank you for the 6 months. I really appreciate it. Again, my flame is just ever so slightly shorter than I think it is. Am I gonna make this? No. What am I doing? Why did my brain tell me that was the backup? The backup's to do so from up here. Okay, less than ideal, and also I have to watch my life count.
I'm a secret agent. I'm going to my secret hideout. Only members of my secret club are allowed to go there. I'm not leaving unless you hide behind that tree so you can't see me. This time I better not catch you sneaking behind me. My hideout is for members only.
That's fair. We're probably not going to see Agent Zero until something like 4:35 a.m. Eastern. It's worth noting the 99 Lives code is allowed in this category, I just don't know it. Yeah, I'm doing 100% as the 9th category. And we don't see him in any of the other Spyro 2 categories. At least, 8 hours would be an incredibly good pace. No tire screeching? Yeah. Hopefully. I mean, if you've memorized the pattern, it's not that common to fail it, but it does happen. It's normally if you fail it, I go this way. In 100%, normally when you fail it, it's because you fell behind rather than because he spotted you. That's not to say it can't be because he spotted you, because if you hit him with a fireball by accident, Then he immediately spots you. But just as a general rule, if I'm going to fail that challenge, it's going to be because I fell behind trying to collect gems. Yo, Matt, thanks for the GG 599 also good luck. Much appreciated. Alright, we'll be heading to Beastmakers next. Again, I do this in basically reverse order to get the hard levels out of the way. You are correct. I did pick up a ton of followers shortly after announcing this. Ooh, that's a good present. Hope you're doing well, Matt. I didn't hit the right button there. Tried to hit the flame button, it did not work. What am I doing? I don't risk that in this category. I wonder who hacked Matt. See, Matt gets it. If I have no followers, it's I ran Spyro 3. And yeah, like I said at the start, I do actually have sub-splits for everything, but they are hidden. You can see what split I'm on to the left of the timer. Not a promising start. Yo, Silent. Thanks for the good luck. Vortex has been a little bit sloppy, but like not egregiously bad. Thanks for the rubber band meme. Much appreciated. I maybe should have picked up one of those chickens before heading in here, but... That was bad. Like, really, really bad. What on earth am I doing? Alright, we're heading to Magic Crafters next. We're a little more than halfway down the run. Yeah, just the movement doesn't feel right. Hopefully this serves as an okay warm-up. I wasn't going to make that cycle anyways. Alright. Wizard Peak is an experience. Yo, Canis, thanks for the good luck. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully you're done sorting through cards before this finishes. I didn't trust that cycle enough. I'm gonna play this safe because of the life I lost earlier. Alright, so now we hope for Tuco to be nice. We take Clifftown. Yo, Norxon, thanks for the good luck. Yeah, I will take a first try Clifftown. I wasn't going to fight with Tuco very long. If he didn't give it to me in a couple tries, I was just going to Peacekeepers manually. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've gotten some rest. I know you had a very long stream yesterday yourself. Thanks for the all percent good luck. You are not wrong. Thanks for the good luck, have fun. I will need it. Hope you're all doing well, having a wonderful evening, morning, whatever the case may be, wherever you are. You know, one thing I didn't practice and I kind of wish I had is TN Teamwork, which I have to do twice in this run. First instance is coming up pretty soon, a couple more levels at this point. I'm genuinely shocked that either of those damaged me. Like, doesn't matter much at this point, but really? Yep, we got the nice push that you don't want in 120, but is nice in this. Ice Cavern. This is a very short level, and then we're off to Nasty's World to close out the first of our 10 categories. Other than the Death and Dark Passage, this has been alright. Not PB pace by any means, but... Yo, welcome on in. will be doing Spyro for a very long time. That works. Given the number of times I've flopped trying to go right side, that's probably best anyways. Alright, Nasty Nork, and then we're done with Vortex. We can load into 14 Talisman and see how that one goes. Yeah, that was never gonna work. Nice double bonk. Alright, well, not exactly my cleanest Vortex. The Death in Dark Passage was really costly. That was like 40-ish seconds. Thanks, though it is 10. Oh, I see what you did. Half of a G, that checks out. Thanks to the GGs. Not thrilled with that, but... $14 Talisman. That's not Spyro 2 movement. Alright, so welcome to 14 Talisman. This is kind of similar to what we just ran. The goal is to collect all 14 Talisman and beat Ripto. we're allowed to skip into Ripto. We're not allowed to skip into Crusher Gulf. So this basically means we're trying to get to the end of each level as quickly as possible. Hold on. Control skip split. Control skip split. Okay. Idle Springs is next. Over the course of this, we have to collect a number of gems. You need 400 to get into Zephyr, 400 to get into Shady, and the way that I play, I need an additional 600 for Swim and Aquaria Towers Submarine. Those are very front-loaded because you have to get 500 of those by the end of Colossus. But yeah. While we wait for that guy to complete his cycle, we'll go collect some gems.
Bye.
Yo, Momo, thanks for the watch streak. And much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. We'll see. Still got a long way to go.
Hello?
to give this one attempt.
Thank you.
It's a shame we don't see more of it. Even in 40 Orb, we're not going to see very much of it when we get there quite a bit later in the run. We just kind of glitch through this level. If you're still around for 100% in many, many hours, we will see the majority of it then, but...
Sad?
All right. Very much want that, please. Yeah, that was a terrible double jump.
Hi.
That, incidentally, is a cutscene you can skip with start.
Oh.
On to Crush, our first boss of Spyro 2.
Well done. Okay, Spyro, jump through that hole in the floor to... before you get to the castle dungeon.
We will, for the first half of this fight, be damage boosting to speed it up, and ideally keep Crush on this pad, which will be what we want for the second half of the fight. Yeah, thanks for the good luck, good luck. Hope you're doing alright. Alright, this is 14 Talisman, so I want to turn around and go to Crystal Glacier. Hi. Yeah, welcome on in. Hope you're doing alright.
What?
Alright, we have half of our talismans. So as a reminder, I need 800 gems the rest of the way, 400 to get into Zephyr, and 400 to get into Shady Oasis. So I've got almost 300 of those right now. I'll need 500 and 1 in the remaining levels. little sketchy on that Sproder, but...
Thanks for...
was not the right set of inputs. That maybe could have made it. Ooh, hopefully you're able to fix those. I know other people... I've heard from other people similar issues in the past. And I know the mobile experience is not amazing. I think my gem count's okay. That's not the NPC I wanted to talk to.
Thank you.
I haven't used Edge to log into Twitch, so I don't know one way or the other. But I would imagine Edge is, like, partially supported at least. It'd be really weird otherwise.
It's great.
It's great.
Now,
F.
I think my count's okay. Okay. That sure was the thing that happened.
Thanks. No one's been through that portal in years. I thought I'd never find a sucker. I mean, you're a shrewd customer, Spyro.
Thanks for help. Hi, Spyro. Would you like... Great.
Legend has it. Thanks for the gem, Spyro. With all this cash...
I don't have the patience to deal with this in a run this long.
Dang!
Alright, that's our 14th talisman. So now we need to beat Gulp and Ripto.
Well done. You'll have to jump down the hole in the floor to get to where Rip...
Gulp, we've finally...
Yeah, thanks to the good luck. There's no shot there's no way that worked. Come on. Yeah, thanks to the good luck. Hope you're doing well. Thought he was gonna run at me. Apparently not. Is the bomb invincible? What was that? Like, that entire sequence, I flamed the bomb twice and it missed. Thanks for the congratulations. And then that didn't damage me, despite the fact that that very clearly should have. You did make it for the end of 14 Talisman, thanks to the congratulations. I failed to start the timer at the start of 14 Talisman.
Quite well.
So I don't know exactly what the time is, but I don't think this is going to PB.
I think I've finally come up with a way.
Depending on how Dragon Shores goes, this probably beats my estimate, but it does not look like I have much of a shot of PBing. Interesting bonk. I mean, that's true, but bonking when you're not holding the square button always feels awful. That's a Spyro 2 and 3 quirk. It doesn't happen in 1. Because in 1, when you let go of the charge button, the game stops charging. Yeah, that's another one where, like, the game decides that you're still charging because Spyro 2 and 3. That did not deserve to work, by the way. That should have popped back in bounds. The idea is that in Spyro 2 and 3, there is a minimum charge time. Even if you let go of square early, it will keep charging for a certain amount of time, because it has a very different concept of momentum than Spyro 1 does. And so that's why you can bonk on these short double jumps if you hold down charge too long. Really? I'm surprised that that went through him. I don't think I could have held that fireball off much longer. Thanks to the GG. I mean, it's not a PB. It was a solid effort. Counting loads, it was a 35, which means it's probably a 33. High 33, maybe, so off PB by a minute. Sounds about right, given how it went. Oh, thanks to the GGs. Yeah, very solid 14 Talisman. Happy with that. Especially given the context, I am not saying no to what's probably a 33.
So, you're...
Alright, let's see how this goes. Yo, Dylan. Thank you so much for the raid. Can we get a shout out for Dylan? Thank you so much for the raid. Thanks for the good luck. Hope you're all doing well. How was CTR?
Thank you.
Yeah, hands hurt. That's always the sign of a session.
Thanks.
Welcome on in, Raiders. I'm Urukla. To celebrate having 500, or at this point more than 500 followers, I am doing the all main categories multifecta, which Dylan has the world record in fact. I have completed Vortex and 14 Talisman. 14 Talisman was about a minute off from PB. I am thrilled with that. And we're on to Spyro 3 any percent to finish off the Vortaliany leg of this. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening or morning, as the case may be.
The rhino.
But yeah, this is a fun but very, very long run. It's a wide variety of gameplay. Okay. That's probably fine, honestly. Trapping Hunter there is where I want him to be. That, on the other hand, I do not like. Yeah, I'm going to basically be doing the minimal amount of tricks required to complete this category. I am not an expert in 3 by any means. That's still a pretty large number of tricks, but it's nothing compared to, say, what Dylan does. So this gets combined with Vortex and 14 Talisman because it plays pretty similarly. At a high level, it's a trick category, and the goal is to get to the end of each main level and beat the bosses. I'm like just short on all of these, and it's very frustrating. Because I don't know why I'm short. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. That was nonsense.
This is a...
Bonking into the top of the ceiling during whirlwind bypass is nonsense. Nope, no bore. Not a surprise. I basically didn't hit it in practice.
Yeah.
Well, that was not a good split. That was a really bad split. I lost about as much in that split as I did in all of 14 Talisman. Yes, that's correct. Because normally here there's a whirlwind that we basically try and get past with specific movement. You can see it sort of vanishing as we get close. So it's the process of using the Superfly to
Thanks.
go where the whirlwind should be, and then get up on the wall and hit the swim in air from there. It's not the only way to get a swim in air here, but for all intents and purposes, we do need to hit a couple swim in airs in this level of one way, sort or another. Yeah, I hope your stream went well, Dylan. I was watching for most of it, of course, but...
Thanks.
I hope you had a good time with CTR.
Let's head on home.
And time for our first boss of the run.
Listen carefully, you
This is Buzz, who is basically Ivysaur.
When I heard
And Ivysaur is weak to fire, so that's the strat. I would argue yes, just based on how this fight goes. Yo, welcome on in. Thanks for the congrats and the good luck. Yeah, gonna keep pushing towards 1,000. Up ahead, I'm gonna collect the only unrequired egg of the run in honor of our good friend Super Dave, but also to give me a better lineup for Bridge Swim.
Okay, Dre.
That was a bit ugly, but we are through. Well, there you go. We collected that egg in your honor, too. I mean, we got through Bridge Swim. We can't complain too much. It was a little slow, but we're looking to avoid, like, meltdowns in a category like this. Losing a little bit of time here and there isn't really a big deal. This category being both 3 any and... I got in her way. Both 3 any and the all main categories run as a whole.
Sir?
Last time I ran this, I left her behind. So I think it is important not to do that. So I took it slow, and that's fine.
When you see a ladder or walls that look climbable, just jump onto it, and you'll grab it with your claws.
That was a nice, fast, spooky swamp entry. I've been struggling with that in practice. I do have to do a similar entry for bamboo, but...
You are...
In your playthrough, I assume you mean? Did you do the minigames? Unless you mean my playthrough, in which case, yeah, we basically just don't do the level. I wonder what my camera's doing. Yeah, that... I mean, I'm pretty happy with the first half of Midday. Not perfect by any means, but not a disaster.
We were... Oh!
Alright, Enchanted, then Icy.
Hey, Spyro!
Now, if I remember correctly, you did not enjoy this level. I think you'll like what I'm about to do quite a bit more. With that said, loud noise warning incoming. 3 of them. And they're done.
Oops.
So the reason this category is so similar to Vortex and 14 Talisman is the game requires you to get to the end of each of the main levels to advance to the next world, and realistically there's no way around that. Well, to be fair, even in like just a casual playthrough, the vast majority of the level isn't on the main path. Like, I didn't really skip all that much. I made some jumps to skip a couple rooms, but that's about it. Did not like the camera there. Think it got caught on the enemy. Yeah, most of the level is like either the Sergeant Bird section, where you collect the bones, or the like skateboarding section. And there's a decent number of gems in the Farley section too.
Oh, by the way.
On to Spike, our second boss of Spyro 3.
Let's hit.
Yes, Farley is the dog wolf. Which is a cute section.
Idiotic.
We, of course, in 117 do it, basically ignoring Farley.
My tech.
Easy mode Spike just feels so nice. The next 2 times we fight him, it will be harder. But because we're basically skipping most of the game thinks we're not doing a very good job. And so it makes the boss easier than it otherwise could be. Alright, this trick is scary.
Listen to me, Drake.
I have a memory card in, so I'm not too worried about soft locking, but still. Yeah, see, exactly. That's what the game thinks. It may also be true, but that's what the game thinks. Okay, we got in without soft-locking ourselves or entering Honey Speedway. I'll take that.
I
mean, you're not wrong. Welcome on in, Eve. Hope you're doing well. Hey, I had a very good 14 Talisman earlier. Vortex not so great, but I guess Vortex was 2 minutes off PB, which in the grand scheme of things isn't that bad for a trick category. Oh, forgot. You don't need that egg. It doesn't really make a difference. It's a few seconds lost. Glad you had a good day. Yeah, that sounds like a really nice Friday. I had some nice food earlier in preparation for this. I also have drinks and snacks for whatever is going to come. Yeah, I'm glad you had a good Friday.
Thanks, bro.
How long is that run normally? Or how long do you expect it will take you? Yeah, I have a stretch break scheduled for probably 3.5 hours from now. Yeah, that's a long category. You very much want some type of a break in there.
Welcome.
It's probably broken enough. Yep, that's fine. It kind of depends. So for a lot of them, there are like actual parts of the run that you can use as a break, unskippable cutscenes, or for Spyro 1/120, like the credits at the end are good in the middle of a set of runs. I'm of course ending on 120, so I can't do that. There's no like built-in you can remove X amount of time from your run in something like this. It very much depends on the game. And the community. Now, to be fair, only Dylan has run this. Dylan J. Fox. I am the second person to run this. So, it just doesn't... There are enough built-in breaks that I don't think it really needs anything for this category. Like, there are game loads and so on. That wouldn't surprise me. I know Forbidden Memories 100% like actively wants you to take breaks. Like, please don't do this in one sitting. I don't think I'm gonna 132 the all main categories run.
It looks...
Sadly, I think that has passed.
If you see...
Yep, exactly. Because it's just so RNG dependent in a bunch of places. I will say Anti-Piracy 117 is on the spreadsheet. I don't really have any interest in it. It's cool that you can do it, but it's not the sort of thing that I want to do. I forget if it has mandatory breaks or just the idea is basically your breaks don't count at all.
Would you look?
I was late. I don't understand how that one was late, though. Hello? Is my start button broken? Well, it's not broken. But, we're in danger now. Okay, we're gonna have to game over here, intentionally. Because we need to take a death after zombie, so... It's just, I don't understand how they're late. They feel early. That's not good. That's like a ton of time loss. Because we need the trick. There is no way around this. It is the only way to complete the category. This is a mandatory trick to complete the run. Yeah. How is this late? I don't understand how these are all late. I don't even know if that's the right timing. It didn't look right. Like, if I miss that, then I have to game over anyways, so... So the problem is, on an actual console, you get vibration to tell you if you hit the trick. Okay, I got it. On this emulator, there is no vibration. I have to go purely based on visuals. Well, that's disappointing. I don't think this was going to PB, but this was going to be pretty close until that happened. Unfortunately, since we're in zombie, the whirlwinds here don't work. You can get around that with a proxy, but if you're going proxyless, you have to take a death there, which is why I intentionally game overed on 0 lives. Yeah, the whirlwind to the end of the level just doesn't do anything if you're in zombie. There are ways around taking that death, but it's just the sanest approach if you're not going for the proxy. Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing in 100 Egg. You do a different thing once you hit the zombie, but it's the same thing. You use a visual. On Duck Station, you can get vibration, depending on your controller. Mednafin just says nope.
That's it. I've had enough.
Me too, thank you.
That's it. I've had enough.
Yeah, it's because I speedrun on Mednafin, it's so weird having the vibration on Duck Station. It's just like every little thing gives you vibration in this game. Well, thanks, Bentley. Nice guided missiles. I mean, I was due for sort of a bad Scorch RNG. 2 greens is not particularly bad. No. So it turns out that beating bosses actually increases your difficulty even though they're part of, like, the game. Hello. And so beating Spike moved us on to harder difficulty. So this is a normal fight. Wasn't a good one. It's RNG what Bentley gives you. And red rockets are much, much better than green. Yeah, I'm up a couple of eggs because I forgot, and also I intentionally collect one early. Alright, let's pray. This could be very fast, or we could be sitting here for 10 minutes.
Spyro.
Yeah, I could see that. I got no speed coming out of that. Good enough. Not going to complain about that. And that's the only time we have to do Helmet in the Run unless I game over here. If I game over here, we're in trouble. That was a very scuffed helmet, but... Excuse me? What do you mean none of those hit? What's going on? This fight is very actively trolling me right now. Like, I hit left and the tank moved right. And it gave me tank skip. Or UFO skip, rather. Hello. Welcome on in. Whatever. That was an experience.